In today's video, I'm going to be going over meal timing and fat loss, and does it actually matter? Yes guys, welcome back. My name is Max Rogers. I own a coaching company where I've helped hundreds of people lose body fat and hundreds of people build muscle. Now, meal timing and fat loss. To this day, I get asked this all the time. Even clients that I've been training for months, they'll say to me, oh, my weight's up because I ate something late last night. Let's just clear it up once and for all. I want to make this channel pretty basic. I'm stripping things down to the basic. I'm getting rid of all of the crazy edits, and I'm just giving you guys real, straight, honest truths to help. Meal timing. Let's talk about it. Okay, there is a myth that if you eat food late in the evening, because you're not active at nighttime, your body will just store it as fat. But guys, when it comes to fat loss, calories reign supreme. Every single time, with every single person, whether you're male, female, young or old, calories reign supreme, okay? Have a look at this. Imagine you have me. I am a 95 kilo male. You have me here, and then you have my identical twin. We are both the same, 95 kilos, pretty lean, well-muscled, whatever. We both maintain our weight. Our maintenance calories is 2,500, yeah? Max 1 and max 2. 2,500 calories to maintain our weight. So I think we would all agree that doesn't matter which one we use here. If we both ate 2,750, we would slowly increase in weight, in fat, because we're going over our maintenance calories into a surplus of energy that the body doesn't need, and it stores those calories. And if I ate 2,250, a 250 calorie deficit, I would slowly start to lose body fat because the body isn't getting in what it needs. So it has to take take energy from fat, which is stored energy on the body, okay? Now, meal timing, yeah? Max number 1, 2,500 calories. Let's say he eats 2 meals a day. A big lunch, 1,250 calories, and a big dinner, 1,250 calories, yeah? And then you have max 2. He has 500 calorie meals a day. So 500 calories, okay, 5 meals. I hope I've got that right, otherwise this video is getting deleted, yeah? 5 meals a day, smaller meals, 2 big meals a day. If max number 1 eats 1,250 calories at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then 1,250 calories at 10 o'clock at nighttime, is he going to gain more fat than max 2, who has, snack, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, nice and evenly split out throughout the day? If they're doing the same cardio, the same training, the same steps, the same everything. Just because max number 1 ate 1,250 calories, it's a lot, yeah? At 10 p.m., he doesn't just miraculously gain more fat than max 2, because they both ate the same amount of food over a 24-hour period. They both had the same amount of calories. It does not matter what time you eat your food. Now, there are some benefits to meal timing, which we're going to get into. Stick with me. 2,500 calories, 2,500 calories. What about if we have a max 3? A max 3 who fasts all day until 8 p.m. because he's an OMAD guy, and he has 1 meal a day because he's so healthy. And at 8 p.m., he does 2,500 calories in one go. Who loses more fat? We all lose the same amount of fat over a week because we all had 2,500 calories per day. However, max number 3, who has that one big fat meal at 2,500 calories, he's more likely going to fall off of his plan because at 3 o'clock, when no one's looking and he's getting pretty hungry, he knows he's got that 8 p.m. meal. It's pretty hard to eat once in a day. He is more likely to fall off plan. Max number 1 at 1250 and 1250. He's also more likely to maybe have a little something in the middle when no one's looking. A little snacky snack, a little milk in his coffee, a bit of those, a couple of almonds. That's going to take him above his 2,500, okay? And we know that max number 2, who's having his 500 calorie meals a day split evenly throughout the day, in my opinion, is probably going to stick to his plan because his hunger is under control. Because he has a meal, has a little break, has a meal, has a little break. He's got a pretty sweet deal here. Yes, max number 1 has a huge meal, but then a huge gap and then a huge meal. But if he's hungry within that huge gap, he's in trouble there and it's going to be hard to stick to it. Max number 3, Mr. 2,500 calories in one go, he's in big trouble all day unless he is bulletproof, okay? And not many of you watching this are bulletproof, okay? We all have our flaws, we all get hungry, and we all have little laps in our discipline, okay? So although meal timing doesn't matter from a calorie perspective, it can make the journey so much easier, which is why we always like to have a more balanced approach, because as I say on this page all the time, and I say to my clients all the time, the best diet plan, eating schedule, whatever you want to call it for you, is the one that you can stick to long term because you find it the least restrictive on your lifestyle. Okay, and whilst I'm here, guys, if you actually want me to help you with this stuff, this is literally all I do 24/7. I coach people and I film videos. I don't just sit in this bloody villa doing nothing. So if you want my help and you want somebody who knows the game, who's great with his clients, hit the link below. I've got all my details there and you'll find out what we do. But back to it, okay? So we know during a fat loss phase that consistency is key. Consistently staying within our deficit. That is the key driver to fat loss, okay? And we know that having even meals is probably the best foot forward. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with one meal a day, but if we have our even meals throughout the day, the benefits are as follows. We have a steady supply of protein throughout the day, which is going to help with building more muscle, okay? You're going to build more muscle by having an even amount coming throughout the day than doing 200 grams in one meal, okay? Plus, you're going to be bloated and feel like shit, okay? So we want, and I've just said this lovely villa is pouring with rain as I said that. It's not all that good here, guys, okay? We know that a steady supply of protein is very satiating, yeah, and it's going to keep you full. Very important during a fat loss phase. We want to feel full. No one wants to be starving. Okay, we have a steady supply of carbohydrates, so we're going to have just energy coming in throughout the day. When we get hungry, we can eat. We only have a few hours to our next meal, crack on, then we can eat. And we're even balanced meals. Our digestion's probably going to be better because we've got smaller meals coming in. I know you're going to have the fasting guys that are going to say, well, it's actually better for your digestion to fast all day. Yes, I agree, but I'm talking strictly about fat loss here and getting in shape. Don't comment below about being vegan and nomad. I just don't care. Do it on someone else's page, okay? So, and remember, there's not a one size fits all here, okay? So you've got obviously the extreme 2 meals over a day, the ridiculous 1 meal here, and then our 5 meals a day here. But you can mix and match. If we know that the key to losing body fat is remaining in our deficit consistently, everybody's different. For me, for example, I'm not that hungry in the mornings, okay? And if I know I've got a certain number of calories, a certain number of money in the bank, and I can only withdraw so much money until I'm in negative, and every single day I get to input 2,500, then I've got to kind of play around with it. That's how you should look at your calories, like bank withdrawals. Do not go into minus, okay? If I'm not very hungry in the morning, and I can have a black coffee or a coffee with some milk in it, 50 calories, it's okay, with a sweetener or whatever, and maybe have another coffee, you know, a couple of hours later. And if I can push that first meal back to maybe 11 o'clock, have a great meal there, and then have a big meal at maybe 3 o'clock, and then a bigger meal at maybe 7 o'clock, and instead of doing those 5 meals, if I could split that into 4 slightly bigger meals, if I can get to 8, 9 p.m. and have, you know, 600, 700 calories left over, knowing that I'm going to bed in an hour or two, I could make that last meal something I really enjoy. Something sweet, something chocolatey, kind of whatever I want, because I've had 3 good solid meals throughout the day and I've almost like earned that last meal. As long as I stay within my 2,500, right? Because that's my maintenance. And obviously if I'm trying to lose fat, we're actually below 2,500, but you know what I mean. So please, guys, having a late night carbohydrate meal isn't going to make a huge difference. Now let's talk about scale weight as well, because this max number 1 that we spoke about, that does have that 1,250 calorie meal in the morning and at nighttime, he's probably going to wake up heavier. How is that possible? How is he going to wake up heavier? Because he put a shitload of food in his body at 10 p.m. And then he woke up at 6 a.m. and weighed himself. And he hasn't had time for the food to go through his system yet. So he's obviously going to be heavier, okay? But this same guy, because he didn't eat from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., he burned a lot of body fat between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. because he was empty for half the day after that first meal was kind of burnt through. So he has a lot of food. He eventually ends empty, burning fat, has a lot of food. eventually empty, burning fat, but the net result is the same, okay? You have Max number 3, the new one, other one that I spoke about, who has just this big one meal. He's burning fat all day in that fasted state, and then boom, has all that food in one go. But the calories are still the same, yeah? So scale weight can be affected when you eat late at night, yes. But scale weight and actual fat gain are 2 different things, okay? I can step on the scale now at 95 kilos. Drink 2 liters of water in a couple of minutes, I am 97 kilos. 2 liters of water is going to give me 2 kilos of body weight of an increase. Did I gain 2 kilos of fat in those 2 minutes from 95 to 97? No. So take your weigh-ins with a pinch of salt. This is why, with my coaching plans, we weigh every single day, divided by 7, we take a weekly average, okay? Calories reign supreme, meal timing doesn't matter. But it can be beneficial because it helps with appetite control, hunger, and energy. And these are all massive factors of sticking to a diet. But in terms of actual, I ate my carbohydrates at 9 p.m, so those carbs didn't get used, it doesn't work like that. Guys, if you found this video useful, give it a like, subscribe. If you want me to answer a question that you've got, just leave a comment. I'm making 5 or 6 of these a week, and I'll get back to your question. Thank you.